Now we go to the door. Oh, if you want to do cheat sheet, save. Yes, save your progress, and then you can see every single person's technically the ending scene, but that's gonna take a while. You know what? I'll still do that just in case. Because weird shit tends to happen. Well, I promise I meet Laura here. Should I head inside and wait already? Though I think I'm kind of here early. Returning to the dorm room and talking with your chosen character will cause the main story to advance. This is why I say you can only pick one. So if you want to see all of them, you have to keep playing this over and over. I won't say from the beginning to unlock them all. Enter dormitory. Class 7 dormitory.
Oh, I didn't think you would already be here.
Hey, Laura. Did you finish taking care of things then?
I believe so. It truly does feel strange to be back here, though. It's been a long road to return here, and yet, return we did. This building holds so many memories for us. I couldn't even begin to count.
It sure does. Well, while we're here, you want to walk around inside for a bit? I'm curious how things are upstairs, too.
Sure, I'd like that.
Nothing got ransacked, if you're wondering. This is still a military-owned city, so you can't really just go in and just start ransacking stuff. Crow! Yes, I know it was 206.
I don't know why, but there was a little part of me that expected to find Crow here waiting for us. I mean, not literally expect, but there was just a little voice in my head going, what if, while walking around.
I can hardly blame you. I felt the same. Instead, he's another obstacle we have to overcome. One of many.
Yeah. Still, we've been able to face every challenge that's come our way up till now. Why wouldn't our fight to bring Crow home be the same?
That's a good way to look at it. Nothing stands a chance at declaring victory over Class 7's combined might, or our two swords. Speaking of, Reen, I realize I've asked this once before, but do you like the path of the sword?
Hearing that brings back memories. You really caught me off guard when you asked me that back in Keldic. Any reason it's on your mind again?
I was just curious. It feels as though after our impending battle, things will never be the same. And so before that happened, I wanted to hear your answer one more time. For all I know, that answer's changed.
Ah, right. Well, it hasn't. My answer's exactly the same now as it was then. Swordsmanship is like a part of me. It's always been there, and it always will be. It's not a case of liking it or not, it's just part of who I am. Both my swordsmanship and my sword are me in a way.
Maybe you'll be happy to know that my feelings on the subject haven't changed either. My stance and my resolve are the same as they ever were. I stake my pride, my soul, my very being on my blade, and wield it to attain ever greater heights. That is what it means to me. Why I value it above all else. Or so I say. I'm conflicted, to tell you the truth.
Conflicted? About what?
In both my time at the academy and during these past few weeks of fighting alongside one another, I seem to have found something else just as precious to me.
Very wholesome moment.
Are you suggesting...
I've now discovered a new reason to fight. One that differs from the reason I've fought for all this time. And that reason gives me more courage and power than I've ever felt before. Never could I have imagined there would be anything that would mean as much to me as my path of the sword. At least, not until I met you.
Again, very wholesome moment.
Laura?
Rean, I think I love you. At first, we were just friends, but now I see you as something far more. That's why I need to know. Do you feel the same way about me too?
I wanted to be the one to say it first, but it looks like you beat me to it. I always figured that as a man, it'd end up being my job.
Sorry, that was presumptuous of me. I'm simply not used to these sort of things.
No, don't worry. You've got nothing to apologize for. I've always admired you ever since our first day here. Your swordsmanship is so elegant, strong, and beautiful that I couldn't help but be captivated by it. You're as strong as you are reliable, but that feminine side you show from time to time is adorable too. I'm always happy to be part of our class, but having a place where the two of us can better ourselves makes me happiest of all.
Truly?
I love you too, Laura. Even after we graduate, I want to keep walking alongside you, following the path of the sword. And I hope that we one day reach those heights we're aiming for, but together. I'm glad I finally got the chance to say it. Laura?
I had no idea it would make me this happy to hear you say you love me. My face feels like it's on fire from blushing so much.
I feel the same way, you know. We've got no way of knowing what the future holds in store for us. But we can't let a war like this stand in our path. Like you said, we have a lot of obstacles to overcome. And by overcoming ours, we'll prove we're capable of so much more.
Yeah, we will. May we both wear the way of the sword proudly, and together protect our friends and our future.
The happiest moment in this game. You will only see this scene if you did the part in Berea Heart. So that's why I asked earlier that you only get a few selected people. Probably because I didn't get Lisa, which I didn't do hers. Come on with Laura Strickland. That hurts. I should have picked her. But I picked her in the actual story. The final operation. The groundskeeper. The final piece. This is amazing. You really were able to forge Valimar a new Tachi from Zerinium ore. Bah, of course I was. It's a massive weapon tallying over 7 Rs in length. Its uncommon shape made refining and processing the ores extremely difficult to say the least. But it was done. I doubt I would have been able to do it if not for the help of a stubborn old student of mine over there, Maki. You're the least qualified person on this entire continent to call anyone else stubborn. Yeah, I'm with you, instructor. It sure was a shock to learn that you were also a former student of the professor, Instructor Makarov. I heard you were once a student at the Ruhr Institution of Technology, but I never connected the dots. And that's how I preferred it, too. Oh, that was a long time ago. I'll never be able to fathom why the two of you chose not to stay and study more under me. The offer still stands, however. I know talent when I see it. Oh, I couldn't possibly. I doubt I have half the talent to keep up with you. Give it to him straight, George, or it won't get through that damn near impenetrable skull of his. Tell him you're going insane if you have to spend years working with an arrogant, self-centered prick like him. Look at those guys. They're like, sure. Still, what a beautiful blade it is. The radiance of it is simply dazzling. Ain't nothing out there like Zerinium ore. It's possible not as sharp as something a real swordsman would make, though. None of us are smiths by profession, but Valimar should find it easier to use than any weapon he could have taken from a soldat. And that's what counts. Alright then, let's give it a try. Wow, they're resonating with one another. They sure are. How beautiful. It truly is stunning. You look so cool, Valimar. I'm not sure what's happening, but it's amazing, alright? I think we finally have a chance. Feedback process with new armament complete. I do indeed feel this is easier to wield than previous armament. Laughing. Good. I'm glad to hear it. You think this will do the trick? Yep. I had high expectation, but this shattered them. I think I finally stand a chance against him now. Professor Smith, Instructor Makarov, George, thank you all so much for what you've done. Save your things. I only did what I did to satisfy my curiosity. Whatever you do now that I'm done is of no concern to me. With a big sigh, he's not being modest either, Reem. He totally means that. This is just how he is. Same deal with the railway gun, the soldats, and the orbital jamming device. As soon as his work is done, he loses interest completely and is off to find something else to do. Something wrong with that? Nothing's wrong with that. All that said, I think the preparations are now finally complete. Yes, sir. I think it's about time I go and get everyone. Laughing. The fate's moment has finally arrived. The current time is 0630 hours. Everyone should gather here again at 7:30 hours. Make sure you're all wearing what I gave you earlier too. Right. Same day, 7:50. This is from the intro. Only the students wears the bands.
All of the students have gathered.
Good. Instructor Sarah, Instructor Thomas, Instructor Makarov. We leave them in your capable hands.
Understood.
Don't you worry. We'll take good care of them.
Just leave them to us.
Makarov had to come because he's one of the better supporters. You won't get to play him, but he is better at supporting. Students of Thor's Military Academy. I'm sure most of you remember what was once imparted to you during your respective welcoming ceremonies. Arise, O youth, and become the foundation of the world. These are the words of Emperor Dracos, the man who ended the War of the Lion and founded this very academy. I ask you to consider what the world he refers to is, and what qualities one must possess to be its foundation. I imagine that you each had your own thoughts and response. However, I ask that you not make the mistakes of assuming that foundation is symptomatic with sacrifice. I believe that it is by walking side by side with others, opening up a path and trending down it, that one does this. What? I never read that part. As such, probably because I was just skipping. As such, I have one very simple message for each and every one of you to remember. Return alive, welcoming spring arrival with one another, and when the time comes, fly the nest with one another. And to that end, I wish you victory.
May Adios and Dracos the Lionheart be with you all. And please, come back here safe and unharmed. Our objective is to rescue His Majesty the Emperor, as well as those who were captured with him. Everyone, move out!
Right.
Understood.
Surface air temperature is 5 degrees, humidity 13%. There's a northwesterly wind blowing at 11 ops. Incoming message from both the 3rd and the 4th Armored Division. They're past the Swords Dredge Barrier and Trista, moving into formation about 100 yards from Heimdall. Yes, they're using their terms. Main cannons and secondary armaments are good to go. We're ready for battle at any time. All orbital engines are operating normally. All crew member present and accounted for. Present and accounted for. We're ready to begin the operation on your command. Understood. Sounds like we're all ready to go. Still, it doesn't look like we're going to be hearing anything from Prince Oliver. Indeed, there's been no word from Father either. They're probably still got their hands full in the West. It's starting to get really hectic there from what I've heard. I asked Mitch to try to get in contact with Tovo, but I'm not banking on it succeeding. That's too bad. It would have been great to have them here. There's no point in lamenting what we don't have. Right. All we can do is make the best out of our current situation. Yep, I'm with them. Still, the battle doesn't begin until midday. We still got time. If there's anything you want to take care of, now's your chance. Anything springs to mind? Now that you mention it, Toa, are there any new requests for us to take care of? There are, in fact. Hold on a minute while I get them. My Juggernaut don't want none. God dang it, Prince Oliver, you still gonna send this stuff to me? Basically, you gotta kill a monster. Oh, this is from Vander. Session violence. There was once a woman from Ruhr. When I saw her, I wanted to woo her. She gave me a slap. When I sat in her lap, now I have one lover fuel. Oh, how I'm composing a clever verse. Bro, this is just to fight another monster. You gotta make this sound so hard. North by Northeast. The hills are alive, dear Reen, with the sound of monsters. I hope your skill hasn't plateaued yet, because you will have to fly like, dare I say it, the wind to deal with this threat. Yep, another monster. This is the Sasquatch one. Let me make sure this is... Okay, so these are those tough as monsters. I think we can handle these. Alright, none of them seems like they will take too long. Whether you do them or not is totally up to you. But getting ready for battle should be top priority. I know you gotten the hang of reporting to Prince Oliver, but seeing as we can't contact him, you can just report to me. This might well be the last chance you have to get maintenance done on your armament too. So if you need anything, let me know. We will, thank you. There's no such thing as being too prepared for this. The finale, or relentlessly. Two events, the main story, speak to Toa in the captain's chair and select commence operation. This is the last time during the story that you will be on board the Courageous. After being at the beginning of the operation, it will no longer be possible to take advantage of its facility or visit other towns. All quests and sub-events will also disappear, and trials chests will become permanently unavailable. While you will have another chance to buy item quartz in the likes, this will not be for some time. Bring your whatever characters you want now, but when you want to do your actual mission, bring Machias and Eustace. You most likely gonna still bring Emma, but you want to bring... Well, here's the thing. Here's what you're gonna do. You're gonna bring Gaius, B, Emma, Eustace, and Machias. You can get away without B if you have Millium. But for the time being, anything outside of the main quest, have B in your party. Your sub guys can just be as they are.